Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on survival multiplayer with Daggerwin. Well, we haven't got a lot of money in the account at the moment. Daggerwin is currently loading up this trailer with grass, which we're going to need to keep for the sheep. He wants me to come a bit closer. So he's going to get this, it's almost full actually, so it's not all going to fit into this trailer. And then we're going to tip it somewhere out of the way, I think, which is going to be used to feed the sheep over the winter. I'm going to have to go and tip it now, and then I'll come back and get the next load. So to make a bit of money this episode, we're running out of good trees to cut really. We haven't got that, well, we've got lots of trees, but they're not really worth a lot because they're all fairly awkward shaped trees. So we're going to have to probably start looking at doing contracts, and of course the problem with that is we haven't really got much equipment, so we can do probably some tree moving contracts, and maybe some deadwood cutting, that sort of thing. I'm going to tip this probably here if I reverse up a bit so it's not on the actual track. Just want to get it sort of somewhere that's out of the way but not too far from the trigger for the feed. So we'll tip that there, I think. Hopefully that'll be okay. Well, it's not terribly neat, but it'll do. That's quite a big pile actually. Okay, so we'll go back for another load. Daggerwin's brought the tractor over as well. I'll take it back there. I'm not sure why the trailer's not folding up. That's a bit strange. There we go. Okay, so we're back in the field again. Hopefully Daggerwin can get the rest of it loaded up now. There is a bit more to do. Probably not another full load though, it'll only be a part load, but while he does that, he did say that we need to sell this shed that's here in the yard, so let's go on to the construction menu. There he is loading up. I need to go over here. Here we go. Because this shed, unfortunately, it's a nice looking shed, sort of, but it's completely useless, unfortunately. We can't open it, there's no opening doors or anything, so we can't use it to store anything, so we need to get rid of that and change it for something a bit better really. Although we can't afford to buy anything at the moment, but we can afford to sell it. That'll get some money into the account. So we'll go on to demolition and we'll sell it. Small shed, it's only worth 2,000, that's a shame, but at least now we have a bit more space to store equipment. Oh, there we go, yeah, I can rotate now. Thanks to everyone that mentioned how to rotate the camera in one of my other videos. It's C and V to rotate the camera, that's what I've been told to use anyway, and it works, so that's good. So yeah, we've got a bit more space now, but we don't own any buildings, unfortunately. So yeah, we need to save up for a better shed at some point, but it's not really the priority because I think it's more important to get equipment first of all, so we can start doing some contracts. Let's just have a quick look at the contracts menu. So we can't lease, we can't take out any of these machines. We're not allowed to lease at all in this series. It's a survival series, and one of the rules is no leasing of any sort. So we can't use contract equipment and we can't lease our own equipment. So we're going to have to buy equipment to be able to complete these contracts. Obviously cultivators are quite expensive. I think the cheapest one is about 9,000, or cheapest reasonably sized one is about 9,000. But we can do these sort of contracts because we do own a chainsaw. That's all we need to do, this is a chainsaw. So yeah, we can do that one. There's nine trees to take down in this area, which is very near to our yard actually, which is good. So we probably will do that one. So I can accept that contract. There we go. So we'll do that, we'll take those trees down and probably, hopefully, sell those trees at the sawmill. Anyway, before we do that, let's finish off loading this grass. I think he's almost done now. There's a little bit here and there, but it's mostly collected up. So once that's all loaded into the trailer, we'll get that transported to the pile, and then we'll have a nice big pile of grass to feed the sheep over the winter. I think it was a wise move not to buy the baegler at this stage. This has worked out a lot cheaper, basically free, apart from a bit of time. And all we have to do is just load it up with the bucket into the trough rather than manually handling all the bales. So yeah, there's a little bit more annoying little bits here and there, so I'll wait for him to get all that in and then I'll get this tipped. Okay, so we're sorted. We've got pretty much a full, well, we've got 66%, but that's pretty much all of it, so I'll take this over here as well, and then we can use this trailer to transport the trees from this contract, hopefully, to the sawmill, just to get a little bit of extra money, because although you don't get much for Deadwood, you do get a little bit for them, and normally it wouldn't matter too much, but in this series every penny really does matter a lot. We are really struggling with money. This game is hard, and especially when there's not really many mods out at the moment. Small equipment, I think this game is really lacking small equipment when you're doing a job or a contract or a series like this, I should say. Yeah, we do need more small equipment. So yeah, this seems to be a bit of a bug as well. I don't know why the trailer does that, but you just keep pressing Control and I to get that to fold back up again. Right, so we need to head over then to our contract area. So we're going to go down here, down this track I think, and then to this road here, probably the quickest way. So let's head there and we'll have a look at these trees that we need to take down. We're going to need to bring Daggerwin will need to bring the, what's it saying? Should we go to the far side? I'm not sure what he means by the far side. I'm not sure. I don't know what he means. Well, anyway, I'm going to head over to the Deadwood contract area and we're going to start to load up those trees. I'm sure he's going to follow me. I can see him on the mini map. He's following. I'm guessing he means the far side of the contract area, but we just need to make sure we're parked in an area suitable for loading up the trees and cutting the trees, because if it's really steep we won't be able to do it very easily. Right, we'll go this way I think, and then the forest is on the left here, but I'm not sure how steep that is. I think we can get in through here. I'm not sure really the best way in, but here we go. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty good for loading. There's a tree right there to take down. So yeah, might as well make a start. This is a Deadwood tree. So I think that's one anyway. It's not got any red paint on it like on the other map, but not that I can see anyway. But I think it is. Let's get not the torch. Let's get the chainsaw out, and we'll cut that one down. And then yeah, basically just going to cut them up into small enough pieces to transport on the trailer, and then we're going to take them to take them to anywhere really that takes wood, the best price. Let's try and get as much money as possible for these trees. So it seems like a good time to start a time lapse I think now of getting all this lot loaded up. Oh dear, yeah, once again the time limit seems to have expired on this contract. Didn't look at that again. I'm starting to get a bit annoyed with these contracts, time limits on them. We never used to have a time limit on the contracts, and it's making it very difficult to finish them because, yeah. Anyway, we've got quite a few logs loaded up. We're going to continue loading them, and hopefully we're still going to get money back for the logs, but obviously we're not going to get paid for the contracts anymore, which is a shame. Oh, there's another tree there, but we're probably not allowed to cut them anymore because that's the issue. We're outside of the contract now, so yeah, we're not allowed to cut the tree anymore. Ugh. But we're still, yeah, the ones that have already been cut, we won't be able to cut them anymore, but we will be able to load them up if they'll fit on the trailer, and hopefully, well, we can transport them to the sell point. I don't know whether we'll actually be able to sell them or not. Oh, if we'd cut all the trees down before the time ran out, we'd have completed the contract and we could have still sold the wood. Oh, I've lost one now on that side. Yeah, it's quite challenging when you get these time limits. There we go, we've got that one. I really hope we still get paid for these, otherwise we're wasting our time totally here. That would be really bad. I'm not sure how it works if the time limit's expired. But what we're going to do anyway, we're going to attempt to sell them. Where's the best price for wood at the moment? Let's have a look at that while Daggerwin's loading the last few on. There we go. Best price is at Carpentry by the looks of it, which is also the nearest place, just about. That's lucky. Yeah, I think that is the nearest place, so we'll tag that. Have a quick look on the map. Carpentry is there, so from where we are we're going to have to come down here, probably round this way, or we could stay on the main road and do this cut through here and then up. Either way, that's the way to go anyway. Yeah, we'll head that way, I think that'll be easier, and then just go up there. That's probably the simpler way to go. Okay, so Daggerwin's still putting a few on. Try and strap this without strapping his fork. Oh, that's not very good. Oh, it's already, even though I've undone the strap that was holding it, it's already messed up. If I unstrap everything, we're gonna lose everything. Oh, is that off? We're getting to the stage where it's getting quite full now, so we should probably just take this, I think. Oh. Can I just lift that? How light is it? No, I can't lift it. Well, we need to get this stuff sold, or at least attempt to sell it anyway. I really hope we do get paid for this. I don't know whether we will or not. I really hope we do, otherwise, yeah, like I say, we're completely wasting our time. Right, there we go, it's on now. Finally. Okay, I think we're ready to go, are we? Or has he found more wood? Oh, there's another one. Oh, and there's one that side as well. What's that one? It's just a small one. Maybe I could cut some of these small ones up and lift them by hand. That's probably the best thing. Yeah, that one's liftable, just about. That one can go in the pickup truck, I think. Luckily we have got a pickup as well on the front, so we should be able to just about carry that on there. There we go. What else is there? I think that's everything. I think he might have picked the one up that I dropped as well, that fell off the trailer. So that was the last one. And then we can get this sold. So yeah, we'll time lapse again, and I'll see you at the sell point, and hopefully with a bit of luck we're going to get some money for this. If not, it's a very disastrous start. So here we are at the carpentry, and I've got everything crossed that we're going to actually make some money here, because we may not. Now the contract has expired, but with a bit of luck we're going to have a bit of income with this, I really hope. Let's find out. Oh, this is going to be a disaster if we make nothing. Oh wow, 1,200, so it was probably about half what we could have made then, because the contract was for 1,300 I think, so we made just under half of what we could have potentially made on that contract. But better than nothing. Bit of a disaster for a start of the episode. Not good wood though, it is Deadwood. I did tell Daggerwin that actually before we started the episode. I said Deadwood's not going to be worth a lot. Right, okay, so we need to head back, I think, to the yard now, the farm, which is kind of, I'm going the wrong way, so we need to go back that way and then down here, so we'll do that. Unless there is another contract we can do. Let's just have a quick look. Daggerwin thinks we should load our trees up. There is, I think there was another, was there another contract? There's a bell wrapping one, we can't do any of these though, we haven't got the equipment. It's a bit difficult. We could do the fertiliser ones potentially if we bought that fertiliser spreader, which is quite cheap. But I don't think we've even got the money for that. Oh yeah, there's that one we could do. But that's 29 trees, and it's all the way up here. That's a long job. Very big job, that. Yeah, this is hard. This is a hard series, or it's a slow start anyway. But I'm sure we'll get there. Got to think positive. I'm sure we're going to get it and be very successful, like we have been in the past. But I think it's pretty obvious that FS25 is a lot harder than FS22 so far. I think the main issue really is the fact that there is really not enough small equipment. There's a serious lack of small equipment I've noticed, and older equipment in this game. They seem to be really focusing on the new stuff and taking out a lot of the older stuff, I think. Although that may just be the mods. I know there's a lot of mods that were on FS22 which were older and smaller stuff. So maybe I'm just imagining it, but it does certainly feel like there's a lot less small stuff to start with. Oh, this is a narrow road. Okay, so I'm assuming Daggerwin is now cutting some of our own trees again. So although it's a little bit repetitive, that is the only way we can really make money at the moment, other than doing contracts, which was a complete flop. The first one we did. Yeah, great start to our contracting series. Not too good at all. But hopefully it'll start to look up. When we start to get some more equipment of our own, we'll be able to do other contracts like the fertiliser, the cultivating, maybe the drilling contracts, and very long term, maybe the harvesting contracts as well. But at the moment I'm starting to wonder how we're ever going to be able to afford to buy a combine. I think we're going to be waiting until the mods are starting to appear, where we can get an old combine for a lot less money, because I'm not sure what's available at the moment as standard, but I think the cheapest combine is probably around 100,000 at the moment, which is terrible. We need to be looking at something around 20 or 30,000 realistically, I think. Okay, so here we are back at the yard. Daggerwin is over here, which is somewhere. I think he's the other side of the grass paddock that we've got over here. How do I get there? I don't know whether I can drive down the hill. I couldn't have found a more inaccessible location. Oh, there it is. There we go. Well, I'll leave it there, and I guess we're going to start to cut some more trees again then. Well, I think I slightly underestimated the weight of this tree. It's 3.4 metres long, oak, and it weighs an absolute ton. I have no idea what the weight is. I wish it told you, that'd be really interesting to know. But there is some serious weight on that trailer. No doubt we're going to get about £1,000 for it, but at least it looks like we've got a lot of wood on board. But yeah, I'd rather have the nice, tall, straight ones. That's obviously where the money is with wood, but we've certainly got quite a lot of wood on there, so I would be very disappointed if we don't get a few thousand for this. I did notice this thing. I don't know whether that's a collectible or not. It looks very unusual. I don't think it's a collectible. I honestly don't know what the collectibles look like on this map, but it's certainly interesting. Yeah, I don't think it is. Right, so we need to get off to sell this then, I think. Which could be easier said than done. It's going to be very top heavy, and I'm really worried about losing it all. That would be terrible. We're causing traffic chaos as usual as well. But yeah, I'm going to try and go and hopefully have an uneventful drive down to the carpentry to get this stuff sold. I don't think we're going to get any more on there, so yeah, that's about as full as it's going to get. I don't know what the weight is, but it's going to be quite a lot. So where am I actually going? I don't know from this side. I think we're going to have to turn right here and then follow the road back round and up to the carpentry. So, oh, not that one. But I can go that way, I suppose. But it's probably easier to follow the main road. We'll go across the bridge, I think, and then. Oh no, it's left. Yep. Okay. I'm still learning the map. Yeah, left down here and then under the road. That'll be probably the quickest way, I think. And then, yeah, we'll go under the road here. And then that should bring us out at the ferry, and then we'll just continue the normal route from the ferry. That should work. Okay, so let's head off to the carpentry. Here we are at the carpentry. We need to go to this trigger here, and we'll find out what we actually get for this enormous amount of wood. And it probably will be surprisingly low, I think, but hopefully it's more than 1,200, which is what we got from the Deadwood. Oh wow, okay, I take it back. That was pretty good. Did you ever guess what we could got for that? I bet nobody guessed 12,000, 12,500 almost. I wish I'd said a number now. I was gonna say 2,500. So thinking, you know, an optimistically low, because based on our past, past numbers for getting wood. But that was a lot of weight. There was some serious wood in that. Wow. Okay, so things are looking up. Positive end, I think, to the episode, or towards the end of the episode. That is a lot better than I was expecting. Now where am I going? It's down here, isn't it? I'm so busy thinking about numbers, I've missed the turn. Right, okay, well that was worth it then. So we know there is good money in the oak tree. I bet we would have got more if I hadn't had to chop it up so much as well. If it had a bigger lifter, like a bigger loader or something to lift that. And a bigger trailer probably as well. Yeah, we would have probably made more, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so we've got almost 17,000 now, which is a lot better. That makes up for losing that 1,300 at the beginning. We're going to start to soon be able to afford to buy something. Imagine that. Yeah. Okay, so I'll head back down to where Daggerwin is, and I'm sure there's some more wood to get loaded up. We'll see what he's up to. Well, I got back to the location where we were loading the trees, and Daggerwin took another few trees on the front loader, I think, and he's managed to buy a cultivator. And he's already started a contract with it as well. That was all very rapid. Yeah, so we have got our first implement, proper implement, that we've purchased, and we can now do some more contracts. So we've taken this contract here on field 59, doing cultivating. This machine was £9,000 to buy, so it's left us with almost 10,000 still in the bank, which is amazing. And yeah, we are now starting to farm properly, amazingly. From a very poor start to the episode, we've suddenly progressed, thanks to one oak tree, quite rapidly, which was really good. So yeah, I just want a helper now. We're going to probably just get the helpers to do it. most of it anyway, because it is quite a slow job, I suppose. Although it's already on 13%, and yeah, we're going to get some money in for that. So if we head back to where I was before, yeah, I did lift a few little logs in that were already dust left over, but everything else was gone. Daggerwin took the rest of it, I think. I don't know where that big stump was from the oak tree that I took down. It was a huge tree, absolutely enormous. It's the biggest tree I've ever cut down. There it is. I think that's it. Biggest tree I've ever cut down in Farming Simulator, that's for sure. So yeah, now we know we can still make some decent money out of the very big trees, the really, really big trees. Not sure whether I should cut another one now or not, but I think that's going to be our way to make money for now. It seems such a shame though, sitting down, because I do love these big trees. You'd never get away with it in real life, not in the UK anyway. You'd normally have a big, protection order on them. Normally big, very big, ancient trees anyway. But we can in the game, so might as well. That's where the money is at the moment, until we get properly farming. So yeah, I'll get this cut and start chopping this one up as well. Well, this is incredible. Look at this. Got some pretty massive ones on the roof of the pickup, but yeah, this is crazy. We've got the entire oak tree on this trailer, sort of. It's totally not realistic, I suppose, but it's on there. Whether or not we're going to get it to the sell point, I don't know. Okay, let's go. Right. Well, you're in the way. There we go. Right, I don't think this is going to go well with the traffic, but we'll see. Now I'm taking up more than the whole road really, so I wanted to try and remove those extra branches, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Shall I go this way? Maybe it's easier this way. I've no idea which is the best way to go really. At least there'd be no traffic coming this way, I don't think. There might be actually, but you never know. What I don't want to do is go under that low gum tree thing over there. So we'll go this way around and hope for the best. I don't think the one on the right hand side has actually got a collision on it, the big branch overhanging. Obviously the big log that's dragging will. I'm going to be very careful and try not to hit anything, although it's easier said than done. Yeah, I think we're okay on the right hand side, it's just the left hand side ones that are a bit of a problem. Got a Daggerwin behind me with the tractor and another log on the fork. So hoping for another good payout this time. What are you going to guess if we get there in one piece? What are you going to guess we're going to get for this one? I think it is a slightly smaller tree. Oh, that was tight. But the pieces are bigger, so it could be about the same. This is where it gets really tight. These trees are tight through here. I'm not sure we're going to get through. I really hope nothing comes the other way. That would be a disaster. hoping will be okay. Actually, so far so good. Yeah, I really don't like doing this sort of thing, but it's the only thing we can really do other than chop it up into really small pieces. Daggerwin had the idea of backing the whole trailer under the tree and then sort of chopping it, logging it up while the trailer was underneath so it would fall on top of it. I think this is the right way, yeah. And then we need to go left here, and then we should be nearly there. Yeah, it's right up here, so as long as we don't meet any traffic we should be fine. Oh dear. Well, it's pushed it out of the way. It could have been worse. We're nearly there. Oh, the contract is already 71% complete as well, which is really good. Right, we are there. So, what are we going to get for this tree? Have a guess. I'm sure you've got something in your head. What figure we might get for this? I'm going to say, I'm going to be optimistic and say 14,000. Let's see. Oh wow. Okay, 17,400 almost. So yeah, that is not bad. That's pretty good. That is impressive. I'm happy with that. I'm sure Daggerwin is as well, and I'm sure you are. Which means we're going to start to make some progress on this series. So we found a way of making fast-ish money, felling the biggest massive trees, even though they're not the perfect size for the sawmill. That seems to make the money. So I think we'll probably take this back to the yard now. I don't think Daggerwin's going to want to do any more logging for today. We've done quite a bit. I'm sure you're probably sick of the sight of logging for now. So we'll head back to the yard and try not to crash into the fence. And I'll see you there. Okay, so here we are back at our empty patch of land that was the shed. And I think we're going to leave it there for today. So that's been pretty productive actually in the end. It started off very disappointingly, I'm sure you'll agree, but in the end it's actually been the best episode so far. We've actually made some serious money there. Not only have we made probably around about 30-something thousand, we've also purchased the £9,000 cultivator, so yeah, that is impressive for a day. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.